Oh, there you are. Hey, welcome to Zen Fits. Here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of the world. So let's get going. This morning, the meditation is neither frogs nor fingers. Neither frogs nor fingers. Let's see if you can figure that out. So anyway, I'm writing this morning, and I posted a banner, Facebook. I think it was about when the heat is turned up, when the heat of awareness is turned up slowly under the pot, the frog doesn't know when it's boiled. The frog doesn't know when it's boiled. So that's a metaphor. The frog. And so my friends, my dear friends, some will write back and say, well, frogs, it's proven, it's shown that that's a myth. The frogs really do feel pain. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not talking about, at least I'm not talking about frogs here. In other words, if the finger points to something, people will want to talk about the finger instead of what it's pointing to. But in metaphorical language, which is symbolic language or ironic language, it's ironic language. Metaphors are ironic in the sense that they point to something, and how do I phrase this? What the metaphor points to is not what it means. So if the metaphor is pointing to a frog, it doesn't mean a frog. In other words, if I'm pointing to that little mask right there, and I want you to make a leap to discover the mask, if you're not ready to make the leap, or you cannot read metaphorical fingers, you focus on the finger and say, oh, well, that fingernail, there's a little dirt in it. Fingernails, if you don't keep your fingernails clean, there would be bacteria in it. And you could write a whole PhD on fingernails. And you miss what the finger is pointing to. But you can't see what the finger is pointing to. You have to make a leap. You have to leap out of your logical mind. You have to make a leap out of your senses, that you have to make a leap out of form. You have to make a leap out of things, names, definitions, thoughts. You have to make a leap out of that because the metaphor, the ironic finger is always pointing to something you can't see unless you make a leap out of the viewpoint from which we normally see the world. So we normally see the world as if our mind is on a tripod and we're a one-camera video. Remember the old video? I used to be a wedding photographer. And there's nothing more boring than a wedding video with one camera on a tripod. And you just sit there and no editing. And you just watch people standing around and talking and eating and talking. And once in a while something happens. But you have to sit there and watch 2 hours of people standing around. Boring. So one camera videos are boring because they're stationary and the viewpoint is fixed. So a metaphor, an ironic metaphor, it's redundant, is pointing to a different camera angle that you can't see unless you leap to see reality from a different viewpoint. It wants to break us out of our fixed viewpoint. That's the point. We go through life with a fixed viewpoint where everything is what it is. So if I'm pointing metaphorically to that mask, if you can't see metaphorically, you think I'm talking about the finger because you can't see. There's nothing there. Of course, in this particular example, there is something there. But what the ironic metaphor, let's say the spiritual metaphor, wants to do is make you leap, encourage you, prod you to leap out of your fixed viewpoint. But you don't know what that other viewpoint is, you see. That's why we can't leap. We can't see. We only leap to... The reason I wear this red shawl is not because... well, it's got a lot... Oh, it matches the wallpaper, the wall here. It's because I have hot and cool flashes with this hormone treatment. So I'm either... or, God, I need the cool. I'm too warm. I'm cold. Anyway. Okay, so get the idea here that in a spiritual metaphor, because they're dead metaphors, like, oh, he's a lion in that business. Well, that's a metaphor. The guy's not really a lion. See, you say you're a lion in your business. That's a metaphor, but it's a dead metaphor. It's a dead metaphor because it refers to there's no leap required. It's kind of a literary metaphor. But when I say that the frog never knows when he's boiled, if the awareness is turned up slowly, the frog doesn't know he's boiled. We're not talking about frogs. We're talking about you. When you have the intention of waking up, when you have the intention of being alive, when you want to be alive, when you want to wake up and stop sleepwalking through life with a single viewpoint camera, with the camera locked on a tripod, you see. So all you get is boring one viewpoint, you see. Life is boring that way. But what if your camera is freed so that so suddenly you see everything from no viewpoint? And that means truth. Truth is not a viewpoint. Truth is the whole panorama. Truth is everything at once. It's a discovery. Truth is you for a moment without a viewpoint. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you become, you are creatively in the world. You are actively in the world, not passively. We're all sleepwalking, which means we're passive. Our minds are on a single tripod camera, and we just receive data. We just receive. We receive what other people tell us. We receive what the experts say. We receive what Google says. We receive the opinions of others, but we're not active. We're not waking up and engaging the world creatively. We are the created from that viewpoint. We're the God creates us, or the Big Bang creates us, or the devil creates us, or accidents create us, whatever, science or religion, we're still the created. We're still the victim. That's a viewpoint from a camera that is locked on a fixed position, which is I'm a viewpoint. I'm a victim. Our culture now, the American culture, is the culture of victims. Everybody's a victim. The aggressors are a victim. The victims are a victim. Everybody's a victim. As soon as something happens, the victims show up. It reverses everything. It's ironic, you see. So the aggressor, ironically, or in the reversal of a, see, we're in a culture now that is looking in a mirror, and everything's reversed in a mirror. Well, just like that. See the sign up there? You know what that means? Naughty knots, but it's reversed. So you can't figure out what it means. But if you were to reverse, if you were to hold up a mirror and see it in an opposite mirror, you would see it says naughty knots. But we're in a reversed universe now. Everybody's taking a selfie. Everybody's looking in the mirror. But we don't see that the mirror is just a reflection of life. But we can't see it unless we see it metaphorically. So the metaphors are pointing out that the world you think is real is a reflection of you. But as all mirrors are, when you look in a mirror, it's reversed. You don't even notice it unless somebody points it out. You look in a mirror, you look at your face. It's reversed. But we think that image is the real world, you see. So we're looking at the world as if it were real, but it's reversed. It's a mirror. Wake up. Wake up, you see. Wake up, you need. So the only way to wake us up from the mirror is through what I'll say is spiritual metaphors. Not literary metaphors or spiritual irony. Spiritual irony points out the reversal, but you have to make the leap. You have to leap out of the pot. You have to realize that you're already awake, like the frog. You have to realize, to see that you're awake. And suddenly, the reversal ends. Because now the shift has happened back to you. Instead of seeing yourself in the world, you are the world, and the world is you. And the mirror reflection of life ends. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you jump out of the pot.